Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast.
Yeah. What's poppin'? And as I always say, it ain't nothing new under the sun. So, as you all know, what I'm about to get into, I've been talking about, as I always say, ad nauseum. So, that being said, I don't know if you've already checked out my cognitive dissonance and delusion, the beef and broccoli edition, but I actually spoke on the topic that we're about to speak on right now before. But that being said, I decided I'd take a different approach because I know when I say certain things to my peers, it seems to ruffle feathers and get people to feel a certain way. So I said, you know what? What's a better way of attacking this? I sat back and said, maybe if it came from another place and another space, maybe even another race or another phenotype, or someone that belongs to these groups that we all include ourselves in as POCs. So that being said, let's get down to business.
South have such a low social status that you simply can't be seen in public with them and still expect to having respect.
Time to help them try to go get a good barber shop. That's how the American barber knows he's not the full blood Chinese. They say don't cut no nigga hair. Let's put that one.
Cut no nigga hair.
Movement helped the Chinese to attain certain status among the white world, more or less. Whereas we didn't have anything gained in the black world, because we didn't have nothing for us to step into. Well, we didn't march.
We didn't march.
Why didn't we get out and march? And
We didn't get marched.
well, I guess the best answer is that I'm a coward.
He said it. Coward.
Associated with that victim mentality bullshit, and for the most part, we don't give a fuck. First of all, you people, y'all got 3 legs. Be happy, fucking move on. Living with
Community says let's boycott Asian businesses. Please. I love when the black community says let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your cars.
Now, before your man Ricardo gets into what he do, because I'm gonna let him cook. But I know my mother actually mentioned him to me once before, and she was like, she likes the way that his approach is and how he speaks. As she said to me, it seems to be genuine and from the heart. So I said, you know what? Let's try and see how that works out. So I'm gonna let him cook, and then when he's finished, I'm gonna translate what he said to my people. And by my people, I'm not talking about the diaspora. I'm talking about those of us that belong to the same lineage that are all known as ADOS or freedmen, aka Black Americans, who still seem to be on the fence or don't understand that they're playing in your face. But that said, let's let this man go ahead and get down to business.
Electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people.
With his whole chest.
By the way, this guy is making this video as a response to the black community reacting to the Chinese guy that Unalive, the 14-year-old kid that allegedly stole the bottle of water, ran away, and got...
Something like this happened once before. I believe it was California.
This grainy security camera videotape graphically depicts the last few moments of 15-year-old Latasha Harlan's life. Store owner Soonja Du thought 15-year-old Latasha Harlins was going to steal some orange juice.
She had the money in her hand. You can see the money in the videotape. And the suspect grabbed the backpack, and there became a physical altercation over the backpack. And as our victim turned to walk away from the scene, the suspect raised a weapon and shot the victim in the back of the head.
Latasha was an A student, honor roll student. She got money every week for her allowance, so she did not have to steal orange juice.
The store clerk, a Korean woman, is now in jail. The black community is outraged over the killing. The NAACP is demanding the clerk be tried for murder.
Stop killing our children! We want justice!
Please read the verdict. Title of court and cause. We, the jury, remove every time of action, find the defendant, Soonja Du, guilty of voluntary manslaughter in violation of Penal Code Section 192A.
It is not a time for rhetoric, which serves no purpose other than to fuel the fire. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire that's already burning. It is my opinion that Mrs. Du is not a danger to the community, and that she is not going to reoffend. I know a criminal when I see one. I know a person who presents a danger to the community when I see one. When I don't, I treat that person as something other than that.
I damn sure hope so, that there would be all the hell in the black community.
Somebody would care.
Stand up and see this insanity for exactly what it is. Black people once again being unjustly treated by this damn
Since we don't pick cotton anymore and cut sugar cane, our lives is not worth anything.
And that being said, oddly enough, for those of you who don't know, but if you've heard of Chef Tammy from Harlem.
As many of you may have seen that video.
Woman been feeding people out here for years. She been out here for years. And you gonna take her property when you got the option of letting her drive at the parking? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I don't give a fuck what they paying you.
We are having a community safety meeting for which we need to fill that room and let the Department of Sanitation and any other police officers know that we have a unified front. I would love it if you would show up on that day and let these folks know. I am asking from my heart, please show up at this meeting. As many of
you brought out the elephant in the room. What's being done to address this? You got these people out here disrespecting us, and I fight for everybody. But for black people to have issues as vendors for years with the cops, now we got to deal with garbage cops for years, and for people who just came to this country yesterday to be able to operate, it's obscene.
Who the boys rolled up and tried to take her food truck, yet they've been letting illegals run around here unchecked for years. And I was actually at that community board meeting. But that being said, there's a parallel to Chef Tammy's case, just as there's a parallel to the case from the 90s. That's a parallel to this here. I wonder what it could be.
Everybody was kung fu
Officer Ma. But anyways, let's get back on track, and we're going to let your man cook from here. Pardon me.
Pew-pewed in his back, but a Chinese store owner that chased him. My thing is this: whenever the Latino community or lack thereof does something, performs something that is deemed anti-black, that is considered an attack against the black community, I don't think that the way to handle that is to dare black people to boycott us. Because the way that this guy is coming across is, oh, a little black kid was unalived by Chinese. So what? Oh, y'all gonna boycott us because of it? Oh, I don't care. Go ahead. Matter of fact, I dare. Y'all use so much of our product, I dare you. Let's face it. Everything that you have that's created your culture or the tools that you've acquired, that you've utilized to create black culture was by using our work. Whether it's your shoes, your clothing, as he says, your microphone, anything and everything that you utilize to create your culture was made in Asia. So what this sounds like more than anything is, y'all think you can boycott us, but you can't. Too much of our product is being utilized by...
Right quick.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods because white people didn't want Asian Americans operating in their neighborhoods and didn't want Asian Americans profiting off of white people. But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in black communities, even though black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities. And as I've said before, as a result of this, black wealth is essentially paid out twice when it goes to Asian American businesses. Once when the individual pays for the goods or services, and then again when the Asian American business owner removes the profit from the community. Because usually people open businesses in their own communities, and this is mutually beneficial, where the business owner is making a livelihood off of providing goods and services to their community, and by being a member of the community, they're contributing and they're investing back into the community. This is an ideal situation, and that is not what happens with Asian American businesses operating in black communities.
Okay.
Your people. And when a people has this much confidence and or attitude about the sentiment, then they don't ever feel like they have to apologize if they do something wrong against your community. And what there is to learn from this is a people only apologize to you when they believe that your boycotting will actually hurt them. But in this particular case, you can't boycott us, even if you tried. Too much of our product is used on an everyday basis by your community. You cannot boycott us no matter what.
There are already 1,000 Asian Americans chiming in on this app about that Rick Chow case. So I, as an Asian American myself, I'll just add this. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If it weren't for the Black American civil rights movement, we, Asian Americans, would not have been enjoying the rights that we are enjoying today. We owe them our gratitude. And Asian Americans have been operating their small businesses within the black communities for decades. And so suddenly you're like, what? You feel fearful of the community that you have been profiting from? Get the fuck out of here. This whole anti-black racism mentality that some of my fellow Asian Americans have needs to stop. Okay? And we Asian Americans have to call them out.
And there's something very important to learn here, is that when a people apologize to another community, it's not because they feel sorry for the harm that they've caused your community. It's more because, oh no, we can't afford those people to stop giving us their money. So let's apologize. It's not a matter of, you know what we've done is wrong. This is dehumanizing. This is degrading towards those people, towards their community. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter...
6ix9ine told you that. They think they gonna gaslight us into making us think we did something wrong.
I told Charlamagne to his face, I said, who gonna stop me? I'm gonna keep being me. Born in Brooklyn. And that get me even mad why I'm saying I gotta where I'm from. Who gonna stop me? That's what asked me. Who gonna stop me?
I think it's because black people voice their frustration with it. And
no, they think they can manipulate people into feeling like they doing something wrong. That's why I said I'm gonna continue to say it, and I'm gonna wait for that big bad wolf to stop me. Cause I'm not gonna stop being me for some politically correct thing. Fuck out of here. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think, and I'm not the nigga police either. Like, I got Mexican friends that say nigga more than me.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the nigga police. Like, I'm waiting for the nigga police to come. Like, I wear the nigga police at. I want a big black nigga to come with a nigga police shirt and be like, yo, I don't like you saying nigga, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Who gonna stop me? And I think if Post Malone and all these people with a fucking, you know, they fall under zero pressure. Yeah, well, like as a black person, what you want us to say? How do you want us to answer that? I'm sorry.
No. It's not like
what you want us to say? Yo, I'm sorry,
It's
bro.
not like I'm sorry
say
thing.
No more.
It's just like,
yo,
damn,
it's my camera.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you the answer you want. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna say it no more. I'm fucked up. Damn, I lost all my endorsements. I lost my fucking bounty commercial. Sorry, I'm never gonna do it again. Fuck out of here. You see how clown that shit is? I'm not doing that, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas not doing that.
Nigger police.
Their boycotting is going to affect us severely. Let's apologize. But in this particular case, these people can't boycott us even if they wanted to. All of our hair product businesses are in their communities, are in their neighborhoods. We plant them there. All the hair product stores, hair salons, Asian restaurants.
We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? And you're not embarrassed? And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it. Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it. Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
And basically everything that he named. When they first migrate to this country, literally, whether it's Koreans, Vietnamese, people of African countries, Middle Eastern countries, Hispanic countries, they come to black American communities. And when they establish a business, they plant it in those black neighborhoods to make money off of black people. The same people that they discriminate against. I made a video, I think last year about this. And not a lot of people listened. So I'm going to repeat that video and insert it in here to see if that logic finally starts to... Let's go.
Go back to your country. Go back to your country. We don't welcome black people. Black people should go. Go back to Africa. You're so ugly with some dark skin color. 回到黑人是好吗？
You fled from. This isn't the home country that you fled from. Where the men in your country made you had to flee and come here.
I am not safe.
So then go back to your home country where it's slave.
You go back where you came from.
Slave.
You go back where you came from.
Slave.
You go back where you came from.
I'm from right here.
Africa? Africa? Africa?
Go back to your country. You eat watermelon? I'm going to send this to my boyfriend because he's white and he's your master.
Neo-colonialism. White supremacy.
The phrase and or term
y'all ain't figured that shit out yet.
Color, POC, should not exist. Because although there are a few Asians that would watch that video in disgust and feel embarrassed to see an Asian behave and speak like that, the reality is that the collective of Asians, especially Chinese, they are very anti-black culturally. So although a lot of them may not speak and behave like this in public, they do feel this way and speak like this in private, in their own homes, and do raise their children to feel like this. But here's the bigger picture. Asians are not the only one that collectively have anti-black views and ideals in their culture.
My mother's Jamaican. My father's Panamanian. You have a lot of black people in this country who are not descendants of the American slave trade. So I already know off top, there's a lot of black people in America who aren't going to be able to get that kind of benefit or get reparations.
Well, most people who are for reparations, they feel like it should go to what they call foundational black Americans anyway.
And I agree with that point. I agree with that point. But I'm just saying, I'm just laying out, these are the reasons for why I'm no. So now
you do support reparations for what Leonard just deemed as, quote, foundational black Americans?
No, I don't.
No.
But I want to explain
Okay.
that. I want to explain that.
Dirty, what's your background? You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh?
She just said that?
I did. A dirty black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
Gather all of you in one place. If I could gather all of you in one place with a strap to my chest.
From slavery and black victimization is about to be shoved down our throats for the most wretched holiday in America. BLM raised millions, but what did they do for black lives? It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations, even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, kindly get the fuck out.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third. You know, subhanAllah, it's one of the African American brothers.
Middle Easterners also are raised with these views. People of Latin America, of my community, also have those views. And so here is the educational part. And I mean this with all due respect as a non-black person.
What that means is I don't want to get canceled, but I actually respect you enough that I'm going to tell you the truth. So read between the lines about what I'm about to say to you.
I promise you, I mean well when I say what I'm going to say. It is a horrible idea for black people to use person of color, POC, to identify themselves as if black people are in the same struggle with Asians, Middle Easterners, Punjabis, Latinos. How could there be a category that exists called POC, people of color, and all non-white people are placed and or categorized in this bubble as if we all share the same struggle? Because sure, systemically, there is injustice and discrimination against anybody that isn't white, systemically. But the reality is this: outside of systemically, outside of white folks, we, as non-white people, the only one thing we have in common is that we live in a country where systemically we're discriminated against because we are not white. But aside from that detail, I didn't say most, all of these other cultures that are not black have anti-blackness in their cultures, in their upbringings. All of them, culturally, are raised to dislike black people, to repel black people, to not marry And hell no, you better not have children with black people. Are there exceptions? Yes, very few. But collectively, anti-blackness is literally part of Asian culture, Middle Eastern, Indian culture, and all, no, not some, all cultures in Latin America. Even the black population in Latin America.
Do you identify as black?
No, I'm born in Dominican Republic.
I heard that he's Dominican. He don't represent that he's black, so I was like, oh, he one of them guys who say, oh, I'm Dominican, I know black. It's one of another reason why I want to fight him.
You Dominican? How you know I'm Dominican, papi?
I know black, baby. I'm Dominican.
You what?
I'm Dominican, baby. I know black.
You ain't black?
Dominican, baby. Darren, welcome. I'm Dominican.
You ain't black?
Mama pingo, mama huevo. I know black.
Okay.
I know black. That's for you.
Who said he was black?
Yeah, I don't know.
A few moments later.
Hey, de sandía, ¿tú tienes? Sí. De sandía.
Why watermelon? Why?
Why watermelon?
Yeah.
Because I'm black.
¿Por qué negro? Y a los negros les gusta la sandía.
Tiene que tener cosas más exóticas aquí.
We have more exotic
More
stuff here.
exotic.
Like what?
Passion fruit,
Zapote,
chinola.
Are anti-black American. There's the exceptions, sure. But collectively, anti-blackness exists and has prevailed in all these other cultures. And that's the reason it's very normal for these other people of different cultures and different countries, from India, from the Middle East, from Asian countries, from Latin American countries, to come to the United States, and although migrate specifically into predominantly black neighborhoods, are always only prejudiced against black people.
I argue that Mexicans were legally white and should not be subjugated to the same Jim Crow treatment as blacks. Latin Americans of Mexican descent belong to the Caucasian race and are therefore white, which is true. And I say, let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him. I know Negroes aren't given their full share of democracy, but frankly, I'm prejudiced against Negroes, and I do not believe that they are entitled to everything that we get. And we taught our kids the same thing. That's why they can play with you. I can't bring you home. We are a white race, and we should not be treated like colored people.
Even the black people of Latin America, even the black people of African countries, discriminate against the black American people when they come to the United States. And again, there's the exceptions, the individual exceptions, the individuals that go out of their way to question the anti-blackness, to realize it's wrong. But that's individuals. Meanwhile, collectively, all these people are anti-black. So when I hear phrases or terminologies like POC, people of color, and black people are included, as well as Asians, Middle Easterners, Latin people are included and or categorized in this POC, my question is, what does it mean to be categorized as POC? Is it just a simple fact that all of us non-white people are discriminated against by this system in this country? Because if so, then okay. But if this category exists to make it seem like we are a people that share a togetherness, the reality is that we don't. Because the truth is that although in this particular video, the lady is Chinese, videos like this exist all over the internet. And instead of a Chinese, it's a Mexican person, an Indian person, a Russian person, a Filipino, a Dominican, a Colombian. You get the drift. Because all these other people actually have something in common with each other, is that they come from cultures that are anti-black. And what I find hypocritical and disgusting is that all these people have another thing in common, is that whether they come from an African country, from a European country, from an Asian country, from a Latin country, they all move into black neighborhoods. And if they make it and start up businesses, they always plant their businesses in black neighborhoods. And their products always target black people and black culture, whether hair products, beauty salons, etc. It's funny how we, non-black people, we are raised to be anti-black, to frown upon black American people, but yet the first thing we do when we come to this country is move into predominantly black neighborhoods with the aim to one day establish ourselves in these black communities with our non-black businesses, yet black products, or at least products that target black consumerism and aim for the black dollar. And you know what's crazy? That meanwhile, all these anti-black people come into these black neighborhoods and target black consumerism. They turn around and worship white people, yet these white people discriminate against them and will never allow these Asians, these Punjabis, these Middle Easterners, these Latinos to ever go into those white neighborhoods and plant our businesses there. If I were black, that's only if I were black, I would have boycotted all non-black businesses a long time ago. All these Asians, all these Mexicans, all these other people that come into black neighborhoods and put their businesses there, go ahead and put it there. We ain't buying from y'all though, because we know how you feel about us. That would have been me. You go into Asian businesses, Mexican businesses, and I dare you to go enter a Mexican restaurant, a Mexican business, an Asian, a Chinese business, a Chinese restaurant, whatever, you name it. A non-black business in your black neighborhood. And I dare you to find a black employee working in those places. However, you will see other races of people in a Chinese restaurant, in a Chinese business. You will see other races of people working there, Mexicans, etc. In Mexican restaurants and Mexican businesses, you will see white people working there, etc. But you will not see black. And if you do see a black employee, they will be mixed with white and or be less black presenting, if you will. Because the colorism in these cultures is very serious. Because even I, as a Mexican person, I don't use the phrase POC, people of color. We're not in the same struggle. We just happen to all be a people that white people systemically discriminate against us and exploit us. And you would think, and some of you would hope, that that would bring us closer. But it hasn't. And this is not a video to encourage divide, to encourage these people to hate those people, etc. What I aim to do is to cause people like this, all of us, to question the bigotry, the hateful prejudice in our cultures as a collective of people of these different countries, especially if you come to this country and you move into black neighborhoods. And although you're anti-black and you don't like black people, yet you move into their neighborhoods. And although you raise your children and tell them to stay away from black people, don't get with black people, don't have children with black people, okay? But yet, build your businesses in those black communities so you could take the money of those black people. Why don't you do that in white neighborhoods? I know. Because they won't allow you to. Because no matter how much you worship white people, they don't like you. And unfortunately, and I mean this with all due respect, unfortunately, it takes very little, just one tiny little thing is all that's required of us for black people to say, come on, you're invited to the barbecue. Just that little bit is all it takes. And yet, we turn around and do a lot of bit of white ass kissing. And all of that white kissing never got us to be invited to that peanut butter and jelly sandwich and milk party. Because it's very disrespectful to come from another country, like this Asian girl with a big old accent, talking about go back to Africa. You just got here from China, and you're already telling another people that have been here for hundreds of years to go somewhere else? Because let me ask you something. Let's be honest here. Every time you see an Asian, a Middle Easterner, a Latin person talk like this about or to black people, talk about go back to Africa, let me ask y'all something. Do you think these people will ever go up to white people and tell them to go back to Europe? No. And that's my point with this whole POC. Most of the time, these other people, and I'm including my people too, collectively, these other people that are not black, Asians, Middle Easterners, Latin people, 9 times out of 10, when they come to this country, they seek proximity to whiteness. They want to impress the white man, and that usually results in
I'm going to send this to my boyfriend because he's white and he's your master.
behaving like this.
So yeah, there it is. It is what it is. Ain't much else to say about it. But I'll tell you this much. This is diabolical dirty work because, again, when I say it, I notice it ruffles feathers. And look, I get it. But that right there was straight from the horse's mouth. He's telling you, he said, me as a Mexican, my people, this is how we feel. And he's letting you know what's said behind closed doors when they go home after work, after smiling in your face all day. And like we all know, no, it's not everybody. But you see, it's enough. If it's 20% of them, if it's 30 or 40%, it don't matter. But it's enough of a percentage that it affects us in our day-to-day lives. And just like he told you, they don't live in the white neighborhoods. They live amongst you because their sole purpose is to come extract your intergenerational wealth. Because that's how the system's designed. And that's what I've been trying to get my people to see when I say white supremacy exists. But it's not what you think it is. Because the people, especially the white people who have been telling you which white people to look at, those are the ones you need to be watching. And hey, listen, I'm not telling anybody to do or think anyway. All I'm asking is allow yourself to really start looking at things a little bit more objectively and take your emotions out of it and just deal with the facts of what you're actually seeing and experiencing. Follow the paper trail. Don't listen to what these people are telling you on the boob tube. Don't be a boob. No, you go pick up them documents and handle them and peruse through them and read for them yourself so that you can get an under, an inner, and an overstanding. A complete view of what's actually being said and not what they're telling you to believe so that they can move you through. Because like I said before, all Trump did was just whip the mask off the facade and let you know that they've been fronting about the reparations. That's why he gave it to the insurrectionists, because we don't need no committees. So you ask yourself why these Democratic representatives, these socialist Democrats, aka Marxist New Age communists, are still playing in your face. You could always ask wait, my bad. That was part of the Operation Paperclip video because, anyways, get on track. But yeah, this is where we're at. And I figured maybe it'd help a little bit better if it came from somebody who walks within the ranks of these groups. Now, something that he said that you need to pay attention to. It's too easy to get proximity to black culture. In other words, we don't gatekeep enough. So while you're complaining about white people wearing do-rags, they're doing the same thing. This is why in Africa now, they're talking about they started the civil rights movement. Immigrants built this country. They created hip-hop, R&B, and soul.
Immigrants built this country, literally. So this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color. I love y'all so much. Thank you.
The majority of Americans across the country regardless of political party, know that immigrants from all over the world, Somalia, India, wherever they're from, Latin America, Africa, that immigrants have built this country and make this country what it is today.
African Americans built this nation. We built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that.
There's a clip going around of Donald Trump talking about how great American innovation is. And everything that he named that America invented, it was a black person that invented it.
This is a nation that invented the light bulb, the telegraph, the television, the telephone, the computer chip, the smartphone, the GPS, the integrated circuit, and even the internet. Basically, we invented everything.
GPS is a black woman. 3D imaging is a black woman. Laser eye surgery is a black woman. Escalators a black inventor. Elevators a black inventor. The roller coaster is Granville T. Woods. Roller coaster, everything.
Internet, the cell phone.
The cell phone. I was just watching the thing on the cell phone. Our video games is Jerry Lawson in Silicon Valley. They try not to mention him, but he's the reason why we have Xbox.
But y'all ain't got nothing to say about that. That's what blows my mind. Because when I go through my feed and I'm looking through my group text messages and it's, oh, the white man, the white man, the white man. But when I say, if white immigrants, or white people for that matter, were doing the same thing that these individuals were doing, what would you call it? Crickets. But I'm wrong. And like I say, I've got my own receipts of my own experience, so I'm not up here talking just to talk. I'm just starting to see what's really happening out here, and I want you to see it too before we all collectively get dog walked. Because that's what's happening, and that's what they're doing. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ricardo just told you what it was. They're here for one thing and one thing only: to extract wealth out of your communities, because we allow everyone to the cookout for the simplest of reasons. Oh, he rap real good. Boy, sure can't sing. Yo, he know how to handle that rock. And the next thing you know, we getting rocked to sleep and wondering why the knife's in our back. But Brother Malcolm warned us about liberalism.
Now, whenever it takes a stoppage of something that's going to affect the white man, you find the white liberal absent. But when it involves something that primarily will affect the best interests of black people, and black people only, then that white liberal is present. Herbert Hill is the labor secretary for the NAACP. And if he was interested in black people, he would prepare a black man with the type of knowledge and understanding of the labor troubles involving black people that would enable a black man to sit in the same position as Secretary of Labor or Labor Secretary in the NAACP. I'm suspicious of whites who join Negroes and always have to be in the lead, who always have to be the head, who always have to be at the top in Negro organizations. Those whites who really have the interest of blacks at heart, let them give some advice to some Negroes and stand on the sideline. But don't join the organization and then get at the head of it.
And we still ain't listening. But on that note, I'm not going to continue to beat a dead horse. I'm going to get out of here because I got some other things to do. Again, the Freedman Project, I'll put the link in the description. Go check them out. Disaggregation and delineation at this point is a must because they do not care. And they are showing their hands, and they're showing you in every way possible. I've shown you the parallels to the 90s, to Chef Tammy, and to this right now. For a 64-year-old man to get in a hot foot chase with a 14-year-old boy and then chase him down, I don't think it played out that way, but what do I know? I'm not a forensic scientist. But something sound like bullshit. But yeah, anyways, realize. Transparency forces accountability. Y'all keep your eyes to the stars. Keep that head on a swivel. Keep that head on a swivel. Because when you're diabolical than the demons, a.k.a. the Viper's Pit. Look, when these people tell you or show you who they are, just believe them. There's no need to get mad, get angry, protest. It's time to start walking like warriors. And for those freedmen that are out there that are still on the fence, act like you don't see what's happening, understand, when that switch flips, you can't come back home. It's a wrap. Y'all be easy out there.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.